TikTok faces chaos in 2023 when Biden passes a ban on using the software on government devices. The restriction, which comes after multiple state government bans of the app, was included in the 4,126-page spending package. When he signed the spending bill into law on Thursday, President Joe Biden gave his approval to a limited TikTok ban. The approximately 4 million federal employees who work for its agencies are not allowed to use TikTok, with a few exceptions made for law enforcement, national security, and security research. The ban follows a flurry of moves taken against the popular video app in recent weeks in response to growing security concerns expressed by politicians, China hawks, and media reports. It may only be the start of difficulties for the app given the increased scrutiny of TikTok, which is controlled by the Chinese firm ByteDance. 2 years after a proposed ban by then-President Donald Trump was blocked in court, the Biden administration is placing new pressure on the app. Since 2020, a burgeoning movement dominated by conservatives has kept a small amount of enthusiasm in a TikTok ban alive. When TikTok acknowledged to Forbes in December that 3 of the magazine's journalists had been unlawfully followed using methods that Forbes claimed amounted to spying, TikTok added fuel to the fire of the criticism. According to Forbes, one ByteDance executive resigned, and another was let go on December 22. According to insiders, the incident increased distrust toward the app and prompted fresh prohibitions in American states and institutions. Former national security official for the Department of Justice Megan Stiefel said that the event will make it more challenging for TikTok to demonstrate that it handles data responsibly. Negotiations on a potential security arrangement that would give the company more security have been ongoing between TikTok and the Biden administration, particularly the Justice Department. Stiefel, who is currently the Chief Strategy Officer for the Institute for Security and Technology, a think tank, said, "Certainly, it gives additional leverage to DOJ to say, look, the record is not positive." TikTok on Friday denounced the new ban on its app for federal agencies. "We're disappointed that Congress has moved to ban TikTok on government devices, a political gesture that will do nothing to advance national security interests. Rather than encouraging the administration to conclude its national security review," the company said in a statement. Instead, the company said, Congress should have urged the administration to complete its national security review. The proposed security pact with the Biden administration would also satisfy lawmakers and regulators' security worries, it was claimed. In order to strengthen the security of its platform in the United States, TikTok claimed it had devised a number of plans that were overseen by the top national security agencies of the nation. The company said that it will continue to advise lawmakers on these measures. Early in December, the business reorganized its workforce to form a new U.S.-based team for trust and safety-related concerns in response to pressure from lawmakers and authorities. According to a blog post, the goal was to build further trust and confidence in the protection of US user data and compliance, it said in a blog post. A spokeswoman for the Justice Department declined to comment. In the past month, TikTok has been the subject of various government and institutional restrictions. On Monday, the House forbade using any work-related mobile phones. Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott and over a dozen other Republican-led states, including Alabama, Georgia, and Virginia, outlawed it on state phones and computers. Additionally, some of the state prohibitions affect not only state employees but also students and anybody else using campus Wi-Fi at public universities like the University of Oklahoma and Auburn University in Alabama, which make up the majority of TikTok's American users. National security specialists and proponents of digital policy believe that the wave of bans may only be the start of TikTok's difficulties in the upcoming year. Though it may still be unlikely and ultimately impractical, the app's detractors have vowed to battle for their right to have the app actually banned from the United States for all residents. I have serious concerns with any app that poses a risk to Americans' personal data and information and has deep ties to China. Senator Steve Daines of Montana, a Republican, stated to NBC News. He is one of several Republican senators who have demanded additional information from TikTok. We need clear answers on TikTok's data sharing policies and must ensure the platform is being held accountable for its practices, he said. Top House Republicans demanded a meeting with TikTok CEO Shou Zi Chew in early December, citing a previous Forbes story into how the app handles reports of child sexual abuse. These Republicans included individuals who will likely be in charge of House committees in the coming year. It's unclear if the meeting ever happened. Requests for response from a representative of the Republican organization were not immediately returned, and inquiries concerning the meeting demand were also not answered by TikTok. According to Joel Thayer, president of the Digital Progress Institute, a nonprofit that advocates for technological and telecom issues, congressional hearings would accomplish a number of goals. Hearings, he claimed, would increase public awareness, record witnesses' statements, and lay the groundwork for conceivable new laws. If I were gaming this out, I would want as much on the record as possible to justify a harsh action like banning a company from our markets, he said. He has written in favor of TikTok regulation. However, he continued, the outcome is far from certain because the Senate has less desire for any kind of international software embargo. He predicted that Republicans will introduce legislation mandating that a body like the Federal Trade Commission or the Federal Communications Commission intensify its privacy investigations of TikTok. How far are they willing to go, outside of banning it from government devices? He said. President Biden is more inclined to want to keep TikTok in the market. Although Biden hasn't elaborated on what should happen to TikTok, he has frequently courted the app's celebrities and the millions of fans that watch them. He spent almost an hour in the White House in October working with 8 TikTok influencers to encourage people to vote in the run-up to the midterm elections, according to The Washington Post. There are plenty of incoming committee chairs in the House who want to take on TikTok. Republican Rep. Mike Gallagher of Wisconsin, a former Marine counterintelligence officer, will chair a select committee on China, according to House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy of California. We're not ready to release details around hearings, but the threat posed by TikTok is certainly an issue the committee will look into. NBC News received a statement from Gallagher's office. In a statement last month regarding the surveillance of Forbes writers, Gallagher, a Bill supporter who is also a member of the Chinese Communist Party, referred to TikTok as CCP-controlled malware. 3 years ago, the U.S. military forbade TikTok on its equipment. The same was done by Wells Fargo in 2020 for its hardware. Thanks for watching.